I got my first tattoo when I was 18. It's kind of the only one that really has any proper meaning. Yeah, it's the only one that my parents actually like. They're not really big fans of tattoos. Society has never been very accepting of tattoos and the whole tattoo industry in general. Mainly because of where tattooing started. There's a whole sort of stigma around tattoos, but I think that slowly people's ideas and people's way of thinking in terms of tattooing and the whole tattoo industry is changing. And hopefully in a couple of years, people with tattoos, people without tattoos will be thought of in the exact same way.
Okay, so now what do you want to know? I see people on Facebook saying, oh, like another tattoo artist will say, great day, awesome customers, wouldn't have another life. You know? And I understand that because I'm 10 times happier with it.
Why do you think it is that society seems to relate tattoos and people with tattoos like someone who parties a lot and stuff?
Well, it's because of the old traditional style guys, you know? Tattoos were associated with sailors a lot. And it's because people would get drunk and get tattoos. And it would be such an underground, fun thing to do, wild thing to do at the time. It does have a wild image. I mean, it was really considered taboo. You see him and he would tattoo without his gloves, with a cigarette in his mouth, with a beer on the side. The industry's cleaned itself up quite a bit since then, but it just goes to show how it's evolved from that raucous time. You know? Nowadays, if you come into a tattoo shop and you're smelling of a beer or vodka or anything like that, they'll refuse to tattoo you. It's about the authenticity of the craft.
What's the longest tattoo you've ever done?
7 hours. That was Bob Marley, I think. Once you start getting the hang of it, it's a lovely form of art, man. And the approach to tattooing with a color portrait, for example, is the same dedication, it's the same amount of thinking involved as an artist attacking a blank canvas, you know? Because a blank canvas is just a scarier sketch, but skin is worse because the guy can get up and smack your canvas.
Do you ever get negative reactions from people when they find out that you are a tattoo artist or they see that you have tattoos?
I suppose you're referring to older people. Some of them do pull their nose up a bit. I went and looked for a shop. And I phoned up this guy and I said to him, yeah, I want to open up a tattoo shop in the mall here. I see there's a shop available. He says, a tattoo shop? Oh no, we don't mark our bodies, you know.
I think a lot of people don't really consider tattooing art, and that's why they have an issue with it. But I think once you realize that it's literally just another form of artwork.
It is, yeah, and you're just wearing it, you know. You're not hanging it up in a frame and you can take it with you to the grave.
So fluid that I so consider do it and stop his rage with a hot kettle and a lonely gun. 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 So changed a bit off a piece of good chew. So strange to bury all the bullets I thought were true.
I started out by working at Wildfire, which was a piercing shop. And then I started working in the industry last year.
Okay.
And I started working here.
Cool. What do you do?
I everything except tattoo and piercing artist. I got my first tattoo last year, October, I think.
Do you have meaning? Do you think that tattoos have to have a meaning?
They don't have to have a meaning, but for myself specifically, like, they do have to have some sort of meaning.
What is your favorite thing about being tattooed and having tattoos?
The fact that it's someone's artwork and it's their passion that's displayed on your body.
And stuff. Do you ever feel that you are discriminated against because you have tattoos?
I've specifically planned my tattoos that I can hide them in case I have to go into a career that does judge and is very judgmental with tattooing. Like, Look, if I had to get tattoos that were not hideable, I think I'd probably get judged. Obviously, South Africans are very appearance-based. So, like, a lot of people are ignorant to what it actually means and what actually a tattoo is, being artwork and stuff. I think eventually people will be accepting of it, just because, you know, they'll change. Like, everything's changed. If you think about 20 years ago, you wouldn't know as many people as you do now with tattoos.
A lot of people don't have such a negative attitude towards tattooing anymore. There are still some staunch believers, you know, that believe that you shouldn't mark the body, but then there's such a lot of hypocrisy.
Just from chatting to Shane and people who are pretty involved in the industry, I kind of got the feeling that they have the same sort of thoughts as I do in terms of where society's going on its views on tattooing. I think we kind of all agree that although there is still a slight negative attitude in general society towards the whole tattoo industry, it definitely is becoming more positive, or at least neutral. Yeah, I think that times are changing and people's opinions are changing, and eventually it won't matter whether you tattoo or not. And